bring in Mike Barrett now, former Defense Department intelligence officer, and live with us from Washington. Mike, so there's an American dead on the battlefield, if you will, fighting for ISIS against his home country. We don't know exactly how many more there are, but sources tell us it's not a very small number.
Well, that's right, Shep. I mean, one of the stark realities here is that we just don't know. I mean, you'd like to kind of think that we'd have a good handle on these types of things, but there's plenty of legitimate reasons to travel, to the countries that neighbor Syria and Iraq. I mean, I myself go to Turkey on a fairly regular basis. I used to live there, have a lot of friends who live there. But it is also just a fact that Turkey has become a gateway for troops or for militants that are trying to get into Syria and to fight alongside ISIS and its brethren.
They're from all over Europe, too. And I wonder what the level of concern was, if you might know, that maybe an American, a Frenchman, a British citizen all return home to Paris, London, and New York, and one day at noon shoot up here at the Times Square or Trafalgar Square or the Champs-Elysees. I mean, it all happens at once, and the global economy shuts down. And I just wonder how great those concerns are.
Yeah, they're significant, Shep. I mean, I think you make a great point here because really the risk you're talking about here is individual actors for the most part. On 9/11, we saw 19 people in a coordinated attack against 4 airplanes. That's a very large and sophisticated attack. But if you look at the Boston bombing, you saw 2 people with rice cookers who, 2 brothers that were able to create a bomb. So having ones and twos, maybe groups of 3 or 4, what really makes it dangerous, though, is, as you indicated, doing it simultaneously, whether it's multiple sites in the U.S. or multiple sites around the world. These days, it's very easy to coordinate and time something so that it can have truly dramatic global impact.
Of course, I'm guessing the terrorists realize that if they were to strike in, say, London, New York, or Paris, the pressure on them there, where they're trying to create this caliphate, would be much greater. So doesn't it make, according to some analysts, a little bit more sense that they would stay there and get their business accomplished and worry about the rest of the world later?
Well, you got to remember 2 things about this, Shep. I mean, one, these guys genuinely believe through their own twisted version that God is on their side. So they kind of look at it differently, right? If God's on their side, they're going to come out ahead. Yeah. And the other thing is, it's the best recruiting card they can possibly have. One of the things I've always been worried about is that the U.S. homeland actually becomes the target as the Shiite and the Sunnis try to kind of one-up each other and prove who can be the, the worst terrorist group out there.
Well, let's hope not. Mike Barrett, of course, hope is not a strategy. Mike, it's nice to see you. Thank you.
Sure, Shep.